All right, folks, we're here at Lake Norman getting ready for the Walmart FLW Tour Invitational presented by Lowrance, and I have John Cox, the Forest Wood Cup champion, with me. John, I'm sure it's been a wonderful, I guess, month or so now, but how's Lake Norman treating you?
Lake Norman, we're here in September. It's tough on me. I mean, it's, I don't know, I've been inside for probably the last 3 weeks, working on stuff after the Cup and answering the phone a lot, and, I was just dying to get out here. And now that I've been out here, I don't know, I guess I should have probably stayed at the house and kept answering the phone.
All right, well, I can understand that. At the same time, you're out fishing, and, I mean, you're a threat to win anything you get in, so what have you tried so far, and I guess what's left to try, do you think?
I've tried everything. I've tried to get up in some real skinny water, try to find some fish that were stuck back there, and, it's just, lakes down, and, I'm pretty sure it's going to turn into, fishing a little bit deeper and fishing some schooling fish, and, that's what I did most of the day today. I'm just kind of riding around looking and trying to look for some kind of activity on the top.
Have you seen stuff breaking on top, or not so much?
Not really. I mean, I pulled in one pocket and fished a couple docks where I've caught them before, and and they came up for like a minute, and that's where all the fish are. They're out in the middle.
All right.
And but I mean, we'll see. I mean, this place, it doesn't take a lot of weight here, and I mean, all you need is that school to come up a couple times and catch a couple 3-4 pounders, and you'll be good to go.
Oh yeah, and I would think that once you start fishing more, you probably. You may not have caught a whole lot of fish now, but this lake is chock full of fish, so it's probably might be the type of deal where it kind of snowballs a little bit on.
Right, yeah, and also I think we've had 2 nights or 3 nights of this cooler weather. I mean, it's already, right now it's cooling down.
Oh yeah.
In the morning, you're having to put a jacket on, and so those fish are starting to move a little bit, and so that's the only thing that's got me excited, that what could happen throughout the week.
Yeah, a couple more cool nights and it could start to get interesting. What is the water temperature out there right now? Do you have any idea? Do you have that plugged in on your your sonar?
My transducer ripped off at the last one at the Cup, and it's still tied up.
You're maybe like dipping your hand in every once in a while.
It's not it feels kind of cool. It's nowhere near as hot as it was at Wheeler, but
okay. Well, I guess that's good to know, and it definitely. Right now it feels like fall. This morning it felt like fall, and things could change.
Yeah.
All right. Well, dude, thanks for the report, and good luck.
Thanks, man.
All right, folks, next man up is Luke Dunkin. Luke, this is, I believe, your first time on Lake Norman. Well, second day now.
It is definitely my first time. I'm about 24 hours in, and I'm staying with that guy right there, and he's no help whatsoever. He's distracting more than anything. Yeah, it's my first time here. It's September in the South. Was hoping that we'd catch a little bit of cooler weather, but it
was pretty nice today.
It was nice today, but the water temperature's still, hovering in the low 80s, and it just doesn't seem like to me they're making that big fall push yet. It's tough out there.
Still pretty summery.
It is, and I know every pre-tournament report you've ever been to and talked to, it's always tough, right? It's always tough.
Actually, it always is.
It's always tough, and then somebody's going to crack them. But
it was even tough on Champlain.
No.
Yeah,
it wasn't.
I'm telling you.
It wasn't. Oh, did I get out of the shot?
But anyhow, so it's maybe a little bit tough. Maybe not. We'll see. What's left to do? Let's put it that way. Is there anything you feel like you need to check out? Because we've got just one more day.
There is. Yesterday was insane with the amount of boat traffic out there. This place is where Charlotte goes to play.
Yep.
And I spent all day doing this, like trying not to get ran over, trying to fish some deeper stuff. And there seems to be a few fish out there, Right. I'm not the best at that. That's not really one of my strengths, but I did find some, did catch some.
Okay.
I would like to evolve that a little more tomorrow, check into that when I'm not getting ran over by wakeboard boats and party barges coming by constantly. So hopefully tomorrow expand on that a little bit, but see what's going on. And I haven't been all the way down to the very lower end. I want to check that out tomorrow.
Okay.
So that's what's left for me, but hopefully find some big bites somewhere.
How about the spotted bass versus largemouth thing? Have you caught any largemouth? Because I know the spots are coming on strong here.
I've caught a few, but Very few.
All right.
Very, very few. I think it's going to be the guy that wins will probably have a mix because there are some big spots in here. I mean, you know, decent ones. You could catch a decent limit a day, probably keep you in it, but I think to push you over the edge at the very end, you're going to need a couple big largemouth a day, or at least over the 3 days, a couple 4-pound plus largemouth to put you over. And from what I've seen, for me it's random. For Brian Thrift it may not be random. Yeah, Shane LaHue may not be random, but it's going to take that to sit there and hold the big check on Saturday.
Do you think I mean, you say it's a little bit tough. Do you think actually catching a limit is going to be too much of a challenge? I mean, we're dealing with 14 inches, which I think is, I mean, that's a decent sized fish, but there's a lot of fish here.
Well, you know how those spots are. They got the long forked tail. You can get them to 14 sometimes, but man, I went through probably 30 fish yesterday. I mean, a ton of bites. You get around them, you get a ton, and probably had 7 keepers out of that. So, it's not going to be easy, but I think you'll see a lot of limits.
All right. We had a little bit of cool weather today. If you had to pick your weather for the tournament, what would you pick? Because I feel like you've kind of seen a little bit of both. You've seen some nice sunny, you've seen some cool and kind of a little bit icky. What's your feel?
Yeah, we had clouds this morning. For me, they bit better bright bluebird slick. No wind. That's what I like. It's what I want. I'm throwing top water a lot, and that's what I want. You can keep the clouds, you can keep the wind. I want it dead slick, and that makes some of the other deals probably a little difficult too. So that's what I would want. And I think that's what we're going to get, hopefully. So we'll see.
Well, man, thanks for stopping by.
Hey, thanks for having me.
It's a pleasure as always.
Absolutely.